I'm down in San Diego, actually all the way at the bottom here. In fact, Mexico is just in front of me here. I was in this area probably 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, showed the pollution issue where the waste, the human waste, comes out of Tijuana, out of the Tijuana River, and it's polluting the beaches here. It's a big problem to the point where the state park, it's basically all but closed as far as you can't do any activities here or anything like that. So I wanted to come back and see what, if anything, has changed. And this is basically what it looks like here now. Most of these are farms, horse farms and things like that. It's very rural out here. Right up on that hill, or just over that hill, is Mexico. I guess this is new. This is a campground out here that you can stay at if you choose to stay directly on the edge of the border here. So I'm going to get in there and walk the trails a little bit and show you what it looks like. Borderfield State Park. This is probably the loneliest state park in the U.S. Well, maybe it's a coincidence, but I can definitely smell something. It smells like a porta potty. And look at these helicopters constantly flying around. There's one other car here. Actually, there's another one pulling up right now. It says park closed. This gate was always closed because they don't want cars going down there. It's about a mile or so to the beach. And you can smell it in the air. It kind of smells like when you walk by like a farm full of cows or horses. It's kind of what it smells like. But a lot of activity out here. I haven't seen any border patrol vehicles. I mean, I see them up in the mountains, but the helicopters are constantly flying around here. All right, I'm hiking some of these border roads, the border patrol roads, see how high or far I can get. My goal is to show you what it looks like as we keep climbing. This is hiking on the US-Mexican border. Maybe that's what I'll call this. Oh, did somebody die here? I'll have to look this up. Wow. Yeah, I'll look this up. Every time I'm in this area, I always think about, there's a chance, of course, that you could see some people trying to come over from Mexico. In fact, I feel like they're blaming it on the pollution, but I have a feeling because it's such an issue right now, there's so many people crossing the borders, that they have everybody blocked. You're a mile away, really, from the fence, at least at Borderfield State Park. I don't know. So when you get up to the top here, it's basically just barren land and a bunch of roads that were paved a long time ago, and now they're just washed out or whatever. But I'm walking towards the where I think the border is. That's a border agent, four-wheeler, checking everything out. Boy, those guys blend in way more than the bright white and green striped vehicles. I didn't even see him until he was right on me. So I guess that means that those guys are the ones that are in the trenches here. And they probably don't love people coming up here, especially with cameras, but the two that I've passed so far have not said anything to me. I just give them a wave and that's it. So I don't know what this all is up here. There's some abandoned stuff. I gotta go check it out. Just some old fences. So now I can start to see Mexico. That's Tijuana. You can see it up on the hill. That's a good view of, you can see the border wall. I don't know what the heck this was. Nothing. Maybe an old building at one point. Well, obviously an old building at one point, but who knows? It's nothing now. There's a park that's right next to, or maybe it's a part of Borderfield State Park. It's called Friendship Park. And I don't know if it's still open or not, but I know in the old fence, there's a gateway that they would actually open at times. So people who were in Mexico and then people who were here, maybe family members, could kind of meet up in this park. I believe the park was in between both fences. So if you didn't know, there's not always one fence. You know, everybody just talks about the wall. See how there's two fences there? There's two walls. I believe that Friendship Park is in between those. And people were pretty upset, thinking that they were going to do away with that gateway and everything. And I think they said, no, we're going to put another one in, I think. So I don't know. I don't know if this has been replaced. The wall, I'm too far away to see it. I do remember the old one wasn't that great looking. So now on the other side of this mountainside, so you see all those colorful homes on the other side of that. In fact, they're building a ton up top there. That's a very popular area. It's a whole beach park. There's always a lot of people there. On that side, you can go right up to the fence, to the wall. On the U.S. side, you have to stay back, kind of like the distance between those fences. And that's another one. That's another border road down there. I just saw a border patrol fly down there. That's why it looks a little dusty. And that's the beach. Oh, well, obviously, but that's the beach where I was originally going to go to. I was going to. There's trails all through there, and then it's about a mile and a quarter. And that's where all the waste is. Toothbrush. This looks like a kid's shoe. Toilet paper roll. Look at that. That looks like a bottle of water that has been crushed and stuffed in someone's pocket. So there's definitely, not a lot, but there's definitely some remnants out here. pair of pants. This is a pretty good drop off. That's a better view of what I was just saying about the water makes its way through. It doesn't seem to be flowing too much at all today, but sometimes obviously it floods this whole area, and I mean you can smell it. Like I said, I mean when the wind blows this way, especially, it smells like a porta potty, porta john, porta potty, whatever. And there's also another little strange abandoned building way down there. I hear dogs. They're louder than the highway, so that means that they are closer to me than the highway over there. But I don't see them. And you know, it might seem pretty barren up here. It might seem like, wow, you know, you might be thinking, where are the border patrol? Where are the agents? Well, there's one that's about to fly right over me, actually. Didn't even plan that one. There you go. In addition to that, they're all around. Like there's one right. Where's my finger? There's one right there. You know, they're around. They're just very far away, but they have very powerful binoculars. They're watching everybody, everything. This honestly, this looks like a bib. This is a baby's bib. Look at that Gerber. It has dogs on it, little dogs. Now most things you could argue that maybe it's just other people that have come up here, border patrol, hikers, you know, throwing their trash around, but you're not bringing a baby up here. So how a baby bib would get up here, it's pretty likely that it's people crossing the border. Drop that. This is what is polluting the U.S. That water comes right out of Mexico and goes all into these little brooks, and eventually, actually, they make their way out to the ocean. And when you're down there, it smells. Yeah, that's like the... Wow, I can even smell it from here. That stinks. Wow. There's the helicopter literally behind me. Look at this motion detector. I didn't even see this before. I'm assuming they're every so often on this fence. Houses are actually really, a lot of them are beautiful. There's another one, like a trail cam, motion sensor. I don't know what it is. Kind of have them all over the place. It's right in the tree. some border patrol agents sitting on the other side of the fence here. It's always a strange and awkward moment when I see these guys and they're just like looking at me and radioing in and telling their constituents that some weirdo is up here walking around with a camera. Now, I have definitely been in some areas that you can walk right up to the fence. So you're right there. This obviously isn't one of them, but I'm going to link that video. I'll put it down below where I visit all the borders. It's kind of interesting. It just gives you an idea of like what the different borders are like in certain areas and the history of some of them. And I don't know, I just cruised around and wanted to check it out for myself. So I'll link that so anybody who wants to, you can watch it. So they got the flag up there. Cruising around on the four-wheelers somewhere. Another one of these. Wow, look at this view. Some major construction going on. I'm actually pretty fascinated by Tijuana. I've never been there. I've been to Mexico twice. This was before I was making videos. So there's no videos of Mexico. The problem with Mexico with me is that I'm sure just the resort areas, the little towns, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's beautiful. You know, and I'd love to see it. But the type of videos that I do and the places that I like to go, they're way out there. They're off the beaten path, and I don't know, I'm pretty worried about having some sort of an issue with whoever, you know, anyone who doesn't want me around in that area, poking my nose into these places. But that's where all the interesting stuff is, for, you know, the way I look at it. So I don't know, but Tijuana looks interesting. I know it's got a seedy reputation, but so these days, what happens to you if you try to cross the border and get caught? Do they let you in anyway, or do they send you back? Or if you know, leave a comment, let me know. And also, let me know about what you think about the sewage, the raw sewage coming in. And I guess there's just nothing the U.S. can do about it. It's been like that for years. I was really hoping that would have been fixed by now. And it's not. So I'd like to hear your opinion, or read your opinion. And if you have another part of the border that you would like me to go to, let me know. An old basin or something. All right, well, I'm on my way back down. I did not get hassled at all. I did not see anybody trying to cross the border or anything like that. It was very quiet up here, other than the helicopters and some of the agents driving by once in a while. This was fascinating. I didn't know if this was up here, at least accessible. And I'm glad we still got to see. I got to still show you the water down below. Still smells. Still hasn't been fixed, and I think that responsibility really lies on Mexico to fix that. So we'll see what happens. Check back in a couple years. If you have any other areas, parts of the border that you want me to go check out, leave a comment. Let me know. I'm getting out of here though. Thanks for watching.